Did my presentation on Alexander Rodchenkov. He's a Russian constructivist. Life and career. Rodchenkov was born in St. Petersburg to a working-class family. He studied at the Kazan School of Art under Nikolai Fashin and Georgy Mendeleev. Rodchenkov was appointed director of the Museum Bureau and Purchasing Fund by the Bolshevik government in 1920 and was responsible for the reorganization of art schools and museums. In 1921, he became a member of the Productivist Group, which advocated the incorporation of art into everyday life. Rodchenkov joined the October Circle of Artists in 1928, but was expelled 3 years later, being charged with formalism. He returned to painting in the late 1930s, stopped photographing in 1942, and produced abstract expressionist works throughout the 1940s. He continued to organize photography exhibitions for the government during these years and died in Moscow in 1956. He was a marvel in his time. He was a strong force in the avant-garde movement. His brain flooded with innovative ideas, and he was a documenter of the Soviet Union. And he documented the Soviet Union meticulously. He was also part of the constructivist movement, which is known as art for the revolution. And the constructivists sought to create works that drew the viewer away from the materialism of everyday life and into a state of objectless suspension, where everything we had loved and lived by is lost from sight. And here is one of Rodchenkov's works. It's a graphic manipulation where there's a photograph in the middle and everything else is created by him, the words, the colors, the green, the red, all that. And that was actually propaganda for Stalin. And I'm not sure what those words mean, but I'm guessing from the picture that it's propaganda trying to entice women to work in factories. He was a member of the Productivist Group, which advocated the incorporation of art to everyday life. He gave up painting in order to concentrate on graphic design for posters, books, and films later on in his life. And before he gave up painting, these are some of his works, and you can see some of the abstractness and just the random, especially in this painting right there, there's nothing there. It's just circles and colors. And here's another work before he gave up painting. You can see the avant-garde style and the use of space. The whole thing's filled up, but it's kind of illogical the way it is all filled up. And this is a constructivist work known as an objectiveless composition, painted in 1915. Now, in 1921, it was said that Rodchenkov ended painting with the first true monochrome painting, which is just a painting done in one color. It was red, yellow, and blue. And he said that, "I reduced painting to its logical conclusion and exhibited 3 canvases, red, blue, and yellow. I affirmed, this is the end of painting." Now, once he gave up painting, he did a lot of photo montages, a lot of graphic manipulations, and photography. And this is a picture here, photograph of a Soviet leader, and the masses below him. And you can see the details on the Soviet leader. You can see the button on his coat. You can see the details. You can see his hair, his ears, everything. And then below, you can't make out the faces of anyone else, as if they don't matter, and only the leaders matter, the people are nothing. And as a result of his experience of Stalinism, he wound up with the view that politics and art should probably be kept separate. Now, Rodchenkov loved to shoot photographs from odd angles and positions, usually high above or deep below, to give an odd viewpoint and shocking the viewer, and to try and postpone their recognition of the photo. And he wrote, "One has to take several different shots of a subject from different points of view and in different situations, as if one examined it in the round rather than look through the same keyhole again and again." And here in this photo, you can see the weird angle. It's shot from almost up, looking down, and you can see the use of shadow to try and create a texture on the floor and the girl that's in the photo. And this is one of Rodchenkov's photo collages. You can see it's pretty familiar to the Dadaist photo montages, and that's because he sought inspiration from the Dadaists and liked their style. That's it.